welcome the opportunity for parliamentarians to have their say with regards to how we find an end to this horrific conflict that has cost so many thousands of innocent lives, both Israeli and Palestinians. And I recall coming to this House in October when the Prime Minister was making a statement for the first time. And I said what we saw on the 7th of October was horrific terrorist acts committed by Hamas. That was a horrific terrorist act. They took the lives of innocent people, and that is unacceptable. But since then, when we have this debate today, and in the backdrop of this debate, we are seeing the terrible loss of innocent lives. And we look at the House of Commons library document with regards to the numbers of innocent people who've lost their lives. So 29,000 Palestinians have lost their lives. 69,000 Palestinians plus have been injured. And yes, as I mentioned earlier, 1,200 innocent Israelis were killed. 5,431 Israelis have been injured. And 88 journalists have been killed. And I wrote to the Prime Minister on the 1st of November calling for humanitarian pauses, which would get aid in and hostages out. Absolutely, all hostages have to be released. That was on the 1st of November, calling for that. We're now looking at February. And since then, we've not been able to achieve the objective of peace and release of those hostages. And in that regard, the first point would be confidence-building measures for 4 days, for 8 hours, 8 days, then release of hostages. Hasn't happened. So the question that I have today for me, with that position having been taken, what is my position today? I will be voting for motions which call for immediate humanitarian ceasefire, or which call for immediate ceasefire, because the time has come. If not now, then when? And the United Kingdom is a member of the Security Council. And the Prime Minister said at Mansion House, the United Kingdom will lead and not be led. And if that is the case, we need the United Kingdom to stand up. Yes, I give way.
I thank my honourable member for giving way. Prime Minister Netanyahu has confirmed restrictions will be imposed against Palestinian Muslims wishing to visit Al-Aqsa Mosque, one of the holiest sites in Islam, during Ramadan. As per international law, Israel has no sovereignty over East Jerusalem or over Al-Aqsa. So does my honourable member agree that this is a deliberate provocation of Palestinians, and will he join me in condemning this dangerous and discriminatory move?
I think what I say to my honourable friend, he asked that question to the former United Kingdom Special Envoy for International Religious Freedom. All places of worship must be protected. And previously, when we saw about 3.5 years ago, Al-Aqsa Mosque stormed on the night of Laylatul Qadr, was absolutely unacceptable. And we are now coming into the period, not just of Ramadan, we're coming into the period of Easter, we're coming into the period of Passover. That's why the point I made to him earlier, with regards to if not now, then when. Of course I accept we need hard-edged diplomacy to deliver on a two-state solution. Immediate ceasefire, release of hostages, with regards to immediate humanitarian assistance going into Gaza. The UK can, and I wrote to the Foreign Secretary and the Prime Minister, have an international donors conference for Palestine. We did it for Friends of Syria. Therefore, we're looking at creative ways to move forward to save all innocent lives. And yes, the UK needs to put its position, firmly out there with regards to what we see as a two-state solution and a Palestinian state. And that has to be in line with the 1967 borders and our position at the UN 242. Do you know what? We drafted that resolution, and therefore we need to make sure we deliver on that. So yes, today is the time to ensure we deliver a ceasefire and lasting peace in the region.
John Nicholson.
How to find words in my allotted 3 minutes, Mr Deputy Speaker, for the tragedy